All right, all right. Here we go. Here we go. What is up? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello.
Hi.
Let's see here. There we go. We're both expanded. All right, what's going on?
Well, I had jumped on. I thought I jumped on, but it was the ad. And then I was like, I couldn't figure out how to get back in. It's like, oh my gosh. So, so how goes it?
It's going good. It's going real good. You know, going real good. We're gonna wait until a couple people show up.
Okay.
How you doing, Tammy? What's going on?
Hey, Tammy.
Apparently, somebody decided to plan something last minute over this thing. So, oh well, it's all
Um,
good.
yeah, I told him, I said, just bring him on.
Yeah. What's up, Jonathan? How you doing, man? How you doing? What's going on? Um, yep, Jonathan is one of my buddies out of Primerica. So, yeah, gonna and basically what I'd like to do is I share this
Oh, you
and
went, you keep pausing yourself.
yeah, because I'm sharing the live.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Tammy's asking, how does she turn her sound and video on?
Um, how to turn her sound and video on?
Mm-hmm.
Um, where's she in on? Is she on a computer or is she on a phone? Hello,
Good
Jazz.
question.
What's going on? What's up, guys? Welcome to the live. Jazzy's with another organization. Guys, I wanted to introduce Virginia Klein. Virginia Klein's one of my agents in Experior Financial Group, and she has guys. I want you guys to follow her and to hear her out. She's got a great training up, and so I'm going to feature her now. So, yeah, Virginia, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about how you got into the financial services space, what brought you here, and also um, how you got into the training space primarily, how you help people, how you train them to get on the next leg, the next level, and how you're transitioning that into financial services.
Sure. First, thank you, Jason, for inviting me to this space to be able to share some of my wisdom and to gain some wisdom from your panel. So I came into the industry when I was in social services for nearly 30 years, and the last 10 of those was with child abuse investigations. And I really needed to pivot out of that space into something where I can still help people, but had a friendlier and warm and fuzzier uh, outcomes than what I was having to deal with when I was doing the child abuse investigations. I started with a practice company and I struggled. I was in there for a year. I struggled. I didn't make any money. Um, I didn't feel that I was getting a lot of that training that was really needed to do both the productivity and the recruitment. And so when I was recruiting, I ran into or I had done an interview with a friend of mine, and he introduced me to Experior, and so I came into Experior, and then he came in under me, and we're just kind of getting started now that out of the we're kind of coming out of the darkness of our old company mentality, and so that analysis paralysis and stuff. So we're kind of starting to rock and roll. And what got me into the training part of it is that something that I enjoy doing. I love building capacity. I love helping to build people in their goals and what they want to do. And so becoming a trainer just was a no-brainer. So I studied hard and kind of got thrown into it with Jason and a former teammate, Ron, and they invited me into their space of wanting to have a Saturday training for strategies and techniques. So kind of drilling down the ins and outs of the system. And so we kind of built it from there, and it kind of morphed into something else. And then it's kind of swung around and come back to Jason's dream of, having a really good, solid calendar for the rest of the year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very, very good. Very good. What's up, Prit Paul? How you doing, buddy? This is Virginia Klein, guys. She's one of our field trainers in my organization, and she's very good at what she does. She's trained a lot of people over the years, and so this is kind of her space. Guys, follow her, like her post, like and share the live, please. And go ahead, Virginia. Let's talk about exactly what you were thinking about telling people.
Okay, so something that that I started doing some training on is the power of timing, maximizing your early success as an insurance agent. Now, I think that this could go across the board of anybody pivoting into any kind of career, especially if we're entrepreneurs. So I will be referring mostly to the financial industry, but you can look to your recruiter to see if any of this would resonate with the process of your onboarding and your training initially in the beginning. So a question that I'd like to pose out there is, what are some of your thoughts or concerns about being successful being new to the industry that you're pivoting into, or the whatever your career is?
Yeah, and anybody in the chat, if you're new or if you're new in a different company and you've been around in a while, yeah, this is a good question. Go ahead and answer. So what? Rephrase the question again, Virginia.
Sure. So, what are any thoughts or concerns about being successful, being new into the industry that you're pivoting into?
And I don't know if there's anybody in here. I would say one of the what was the biggest hurdle? What's your answer to your question?
I think, and again, it's coming back to the training that I've been doing, is the power of the timing and the maximizing of the early success. So fast starting, really what is, what is next? What is next? So you've signed on as a new agent. What is the next thing that happens? And so, it's knowing who your recruiter may be your field trainer, or somebody else in the sideline may be your field trainer. But the field trainer is so let me just say this. The momentum after signing is the biggest asset for you coming into the industry. Agents who move fast are more confident, they're more successful in their first 90 days, and they become more likely to stay in the business. And delays could lead to loss of motivation, loss of opportunities, and poor client follow up. Does anybody have anything to add to that or have any questions about that?
Yeah, Tammy and James, you guys can add anything to that if you don't mind.
I would love
Yeah,
any
I'm
feedback.
sorry. I've got a lot of noise going on, brother. I'm in the wind, as you know. Yeah, so I think that's a really good question for me. It's really important when you transition into this industry that you understand this industry, as many aspects of this industry as you can. Before you sell a product, tear that product apart. Look at the exclusions. Look at the termination period. Look at the limits. Look at the limitations clause. Look at all that. Become a policy nerd so you know what product you're selling, so that client can know what it does and what it doesn't do. And if you provide that kind of superior service, it puts you in a position so that your clients can depend on you better. I yield my mic, brother.
Yeah, I agree. I think that is definitely one component to your momentum in the business. I know that Tammy's still trying to figure out her controls. I'm not sure if she had anything to add.
She is unmuted now, so she is.
Oh, there she goes.
Yeah, I've been on here several times and I just figured out how to get my sound on. I still don't know how to get the camera on. Sorry, I'm new to the whole TikTok scene completely.
It's okay.
That's all right.
How do I turn on my camera?
You got to be on my live for a little bit longer in order to be able to turn on the camera. And I think you got to go live 30 minutes on your own time as well.
Oh.
Yeah. What's up, JB? How you doing? What's up, man? Hey, JB. JB has a wealth of knowledge. He's very good. Oh, you feel like you're in Oklahoma. Tornado warning there. Stay safe, brother. Stay safe. What's up, Scott? Welcome to the live. Hey, Tammy, why don't you answer that question that Virginia was saying, maybe for yourself or for others, maybe.
Can you repeat the question, Virginia?
Sure. So going through it, about agents who move fast versus those who delay in their momentum in getting fast started. Did you have anything you wanted to add to that or to any questions? I'll recap that. Agents who move fast are more confident. They're more successful in their first 90 days, more likely to stay in the business versus those that are delayed. Well, they lose motivation, they lose opportunities, and they'll have poor client follow up.
Yeah, so I think that agents who move fast, you get confidence from becoming competent. So you have to actually do it before you can build confidence. Confidence never comes first. And if they're doing it and they're building their confidence and having some success and getting paychecks, then yeah, they're probably going to stay in the business. The ones who are slow to start or delayed or however you want to say it, I think that there's some kind of a miscommunication or a disconnect. And I think as leaders, it's our job to identify what the issue is, why they're not acting. And it might mean that we haven't helped them to identify their why, or we haven't shown them enough value in the system and in what we do. So there's a reason why they're not acting, because they come on board. If they're signing their AOA and they come on board, they're doing it because we've sold them a dream. And if we don't make that happen or show them that they're at least taking steps towards having the success, then they're going to think that, we're just, full of hot air, basically.
Yeah, exactly. I think, when I talk to people initially, when I'm bringing them on, I get them fired up by, asking them, are you willing to get your license? If they're unlicensed, are you willing to get your license in the next 30 days? Because we're going to hit the pavement running, getting appointments set up and getting you making money. So, kind of fueling that with expectations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Anybody else? Go ahead.
so that's very good. Caleb, by the way, is in Diamond, um, and he actually has his own agency, and he brought his agency over to Diamond. So Caleb's got a wealth of knowledge. He's been around for a little while. He's up in Utah. He's closer to you, Virginia, than he is me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hi there.
I don't know if he can.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hey, Caleb. Caleb, this is one of my field trainers in my team in my agency. She's out in Washington. This is Virginia Klein. She had a mission to kind of talk about stuff new agents need to understand, or people new getting into the industry, right? And wanting to get in the industry. And so, guys, follow Virginia. She's building her TikTok space. I'm letting her use my platform to go live and to talk live. And so, yeah, guys, everybody follow her. But Virginia, what else has been on your mind when it comes to the new person, what they need to know, what they need to know?
Yeah, I think that, the critical time periods after signing that AOA is really important. In that first 24 to 36 hours is getting them onboarded, getting them, started and making their list, and, getting their study materials as well, getting them plugged into the systems and the support channels. We've got we have agency training, and then we have the one-on-one training. So those first critical hours, I feel, are those first 24 to 36 hours after signing. That field training, should be happening in that first week if you can, but by that second week, no later. Those first phone calls should be made so if I sign somebody up on a Monday, by Friday, I would love for them to be making phone calls. Because the longer it takes, that's that delay. They lose their motivation. They start talking to other people, creating scenarios of disaster, and then they start losing interest in opportunities. So that's why I feel that first 24 to 36 hours, 48 hours, even that first full week.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Anyone want to add to that? Anyone on the panel? I know that for me, that plays true. I was never a fast starter, but anytime I did put myself on a fast start train, I got a lot of results done in a shorter period of time, and I actually made some money. You know what I mean? So.
Well, yeah, and we know of a few individuals that came in with no experience in the industry, and in their first 30 days, they were promoted into their first promotion. And so, and before they've never, we start at 70%, and they never even made 70%. They went immediately to that 85% as soon as they were licensed. And so that's I feel like it's a fire goal for our unlicensed agents. Get them fired up. Let's compete against themselves and build on themselves, because building those habits, it starts building those follow-ups and those booking and those appointments, and tracking that 400-point system that we utilize to track all of our phone calls and our touch points and our meetings, our closes, and things like that. I think being coachable, if you can find somebody that's coachable, then you're on your way to having a golden ticket. So if you've got an okay person, meaning that they say, okay, what's next? Okay, what's next? Okay, what's next? I'll take okay people all day long.
That's right. We love okay people over here. We do. We do.
Yeah.
We love okay people.
Tammy,
So,
did you have anything to add to that?
No, you guys are doing awesome.
Oh, thanks. The field training I think is something that I love field training. I have been in a dry spell of having recruits stick around long enough to do that. But that field training is really important because if you get to know who is on your team. When I was with my practice company, I knew who brought me in, and I knew who two of her favorite people were, but I didn't know who any of my teammates were in her line. And even though I went to a convention and even though I went to a couple of events, in-person events, I still only met just those two people. And then I met other people that were in other lines, but still never knew who my team was. And I didn't feel that connected. Here, we are very connected. We're very family oriented. We tease each other like we're brothers and sisters half the time, and so and it's a lot of fun when we do that because we're building those relationships, and then I'm able to reach out to them and say, hey, could you do a training on this person? Could you meet with that person? And know and trust that they're going to be able to do that field training, and be able to help that person get their field training completed to the next promotion. So I've utilized and leveraged my teammates and my upline and my side uplines. So as long as you have permission, I have permission from my ED to do that, of course. So any thoughts or additions to that?
I would say, depending on which agency you're with and which IMO you're with or whatever, it really just, we call them an executive director. Some people call them RVP. It's all transferable, guys. Just really focus on your system and what you got in place, and follow that system that your trainer is taking you through. You are not in Primerica, Caleb. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Michael. Actually, nobody is actually on Primerica in this panel. Nobody is in Primerica on this panel today. It's kind of rare. We usually get some Primerica people that want to come up. But what were you saying?
I could be a secret agent. If only they actually wrote annuities.
Wow. That's great. Hey, my wife showed up. Hello, Reva. How you doing? So yeah, what else? Virginia, let me ask you, what would you say is crucial, the most crucial thing for a new agent when I'm trying to think how to say this. What would be crucial for a new agent to understand if they really want to get good at this business?
Well, and that was going to be the next topic that I was going to talk about, is that, the responsibility, we as recruiters and as field trainers have a responsibility, but the new agent has a responsibility as well. They have to hold themselves accountable. But what does that even look like? So I think that knowing what your goals are, what is it that you want to do here? Like Tammy mentioned before, why? What is your why? Why did you join my team? Why did you join the company that you joined? Set personal goals, for for yourself? Do you want to do 5 client presentations in the first week that you want to be there? Tell your trainer this. Your trainer will help you get there. So I think that making a list of not only of people to call, but making a list of things that you want to accomplish in your first week, first month, first, quarter, first year, and then break it down. I am a reverse engineer, so I know that I have to make a certain amount of money in order to be able to retire my husband. But how do I make that kind of money? Well, I know now I have to see this many clients in order to get this many applications at this level, and so on and so on and so on. So just and then having the discussions with your trainer about that. How do you go about that? Become familiar with, like when I was talking about your team, become familiar with those that are making waves. The people who are those okay people. Seeing people coming into our team, they're new and they're hitting the pavement running, and they're making promotions, and they're making the scoreboard, and they're making waves. What are they doing that you want to be doing? And talk to your trainer about how to do that. And if you're not getting that from your trainer, talk to somebody who, you're the next person up about getting connected to somebody who's going to get you to the goals you want. Don't let whoever is in your way stay in your way. Move them out of your way and move yourself.
That's right. Move them out of the way, because you got into this business for you, not for your upline.
Correct.
Yeah, go ahead, Tammy.
I was going to say not just that, but even if they're not in the way, it's always good to have more than one person, that you can go to for support and help. So if you can go to your upline and still go to your EDs if they're above them, and go to sidelines, friends, the more the merrier, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think making sure that, if you're going to do that, communication is really, really important. I think that if stepping sideways to leverage a teammate is fine, but I think it can be risky if, and when it comes to my promotion, so to speak. So if there's going to be cross training, is making sure that everybody knows what's happening, so that there isn't any, fumbling and who's not getting paid. And we don't want it's just, you don't want to create that disaster for yourself, for the new person, for whatever. So, but getting familiar with who is who, and just communicating and talking with everybody, because sometimes going sideways is the best thing that's going to move you forward.
Right.
So
Well, I had a question because I'm kind of like dealing with that right now. Let's say if the upline don't give you the person that's over them, like how could I go about doing it? Because I'm a new agent, so
can you give us a little more information? What you mean, like your recruiter or your field trainer is not giving you
like
access to?
yeah, like when I got in, I kind of got like less training in a way. Like I got my license and stuff like that. Even though I'm like on calls, but I'm kind of like doing it myself. I feel like I'm doing it myself because I feel like when I first got my license, I should have had gotten like calls, like, did calls first. Even kind of before I got my license, I should have just even been sitting in calls, phone calls with people, just listening to how they talk to people and everything like that. Then the contract should have came, me learning about all the products, all that kind of stuff. But it didn't happen like that. It was kind of like I got my license, then get contracted, but then it was like that was it. Even though I know I'm a truck driver and I'm doing this part-time, but still it should have been some type of time for me where I could have got training. but it's like it's less communication when it comes down to the upline.
Yeah. That sounds a lot like what my practice company was like. I had to figure it out on my own. I was doing all my appointments by myself, and I wasn't making any money. I wasn't closing deals. It was a disaster. Um, my suggestion would be going to your agency owner. So in Jason's, Tammy's, and mine, it would be our executive director. And so we would go to that person and just have a conversation with them about what what's going on, and getting some advice from them, and hope that they are supportive in getting you to connected to a good trainer, a field trainer that will be able to help you walk through some of these things that you're struggling with.
Yeah, because I was basically also looking outside too, just to get trained from outsiders, because
Yes,
everything kind of
we
like,
had a conversation about that, and I was told to by my upline not to go into other people's organizations and train
Right.
them. But
yeah, yeah. So
but yeah, so I
I
had to
was,
tread lightly on
So,
that. But
so I
yeah,
think, yeah, and I think going to the agency owner, and so I don't know which company you're with, but if it's
exterior.
okay, so go to your ED, and then if you're not getting anywhere with them, then it would take it to the next level. So I don't know which hierarchy you're in, but I know that for us, if our ED wasn't helping us out, I think that our next level would be going to our executive partner, at this point, because I think because that's who he's direct to. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
because I was just also thinking about, just because I did have somebody in mind, because he said he was going to help me out for free. So I was like, okay, cool, I can just get some training done with them. But yeah.
The only risk that you'll run into is that then your upline won't may not benefit from the productivity that that person is going to get. So I mean that's the reason why they always encourage us to always talk with our ED before we go and look for outside of our line for training.
Oh,
exactly.
gotcha.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
because it's like stepping on toes. You don't want to be stepping on toes and messing things up for other people.
Yeah, no, no, I got you. I got you.
yeah. You want to have that good ethical balance, and and such, because um, your your system, the system that you're under, has worked for them in the past. Um, find out the people that taught them, right? When you find out the people that taught them, it stays in the organization, but you're also going to get the benefit. And I don't know who your executive director is or anything like that, but I do know that you know Darren, and Darren can put you in the right place.
I think Darren, I think that's the guy. I did try to get in contact with him, but I don't think he responded um to my email. I mean to my message, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the guy you was telling me about last time.
Yeah, you may need to find out some other avenues. Sometimes calling brokers or calling the home office might work too if you have to do it that way.
Okay. But yeah, I'm still learning though. I'm doing good by myself per se. Like I'm learning, but like I said before, it's just the lack of training I noticed when I first got my license. It should have went totally different, because I know I hear certain agents say, well, they had calls first before they even start talking to people. Like they had to kind of sit in and listen to other people first before they, you know, did all that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think just keep talking to people. Don't maybe not give specifics, but just ask questions. Who do I talk to? Who do I talk to? If I can't talk to this person, who do I talk to? So that you are going to get to talking to the correct person, And then once you get to that correct person, then that would be a great opportunity to be able to open up, excuse me, open up the concerns and the issues that you're having so that you can get what you're looking for. Because you had a reason why you came into this industry. And, you know, all of us on this panel here, we all want you to get what you wanted when you came into this. So just keep talking and or asking, who do I talk to? Who do I talk to? So definitely get to your ED, talk to people, just keep talking to people, and eventually you will get there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's my goal, so I can eventually quit my job. So
Yes, yes, yes. So
thank you.
you're very welcome.
Absolutely, Arcilla. You're always welcome on the live. You know that.
Yeah, I know I haven't been joining too much because I've been working, and I'm also trying to focus on landing my first sale. So I was like, I'm hoping I have my first sale, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm trying to see if I can close this guy. All right, so he's a trucker driver too, just like me. So, yeah, that's a good thing. So,
There's
How long have you been here?
say that again.
How long have you been here
Been where?
with Xperia?
I'd say since June.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've been a truck driver since 2021. So it's like I'm ready to transition out of trucking into life insurance and stuff like that. And I'll eventually try to get my health insurance license too. But yeah, that's the main goal, is just to quit my trucking job, because the trucking industry right now is kind of messed up a little bit. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, all I can say is keep with it, stick to it, don't quit, don't give up. Just keep asking questions to get to that right person to talk to get you where you want to get to.
Yeah.
right.
So
And Arcilla, don't give up. You can message anybody on the panel here. You can, we're here to help. Do not quit, girl. You're.
Oh no, I'm not. I didn't quit trucking, so I'm like, I'm not gonna definitely quit this. I'm not putting myself out here on the internet, for nothing, because I'm, down. Really, I'm very shy. So for me to put myself out here on the internet and be on these videos just talking, that's like a huge step for me, because I'm really an introvert at heart. So this is kind of like, a big jump for me. So yeah.
Big times, big times.
yep.
Virginia, what else you got to say to people here new? We got another new lady here coming up on the panel. Her name's Shields. Well, Shields.
Hey,
Leggett.
Shields. How are you?
How y'all doing?
Hello.
Hey, how y'all been?
I'm good.
Good. What y'all talking about?
We're
We're talking about. Oh, go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead, Virginia.
I was going to say we're talking about new agents, fast tracking to maximize their early success as an insurance agent. So momentum after signing your AOA. Agents who move fast are more confident. They're more successful in their first 90 days, more likely to stay in the business versus those that delay. They lose their momentum. They lose their motivation. They're lost opportunities. I talked about how accountability, your field trainer is tasked with the responsibility, but new agents have a huge responsibility in themselves. You had a reason for coming in to this industry. So it's up to you to maximize your potential here. So getting plugged into the systems, your agency trainings, your one-on-one trainings, getting that onboarding and orientation done, knowing who your field trainer is, but who other people are, and following the system that's been built. A way to be accountable is to share your goals. What is it that you want to do in the first week, the first 30 days, the first quarter, the first year? And then your trainer their responsibility is to help you get there. And to be an okay person, meaning be coachable. Somebody tells you to do something, you say, okay, what's next? Okay, what's next? Okay, what's next? So being the okay person. So and when I'm talking with new people, I usually fire them up by telling them I prefer, or I don't say you're required, but I tell them that I would like you to be licensed in the first 30 days if you're not licensed. You know, it's kind of putting a fire, there's a goal there, there's an expectation there. And if they do it, then I know that they're serious about this. The first 24, 36 hours are really crucial in getting started and getting that momentum going. You know, do you have your study materials? Are you making your list with your field trainer of who you're going to be calling in that first week? Making a list of all your goals and the things that you want to accomplish. Do you want to be really good at one product? Do you want to be good with all products? Do you want to focus on specific aspects of what's under the umbrella? So the first 30 days of success calendar is really up to you to set that up. I am a color blocker. I block time throughout my day because I do have a W-2 job. And so when I get off work, I come home 5:30 to 9 o'clock. I am busy in this business. And so I block all my time in colors. I know when my trainings are non-negotiable. I attend all of my agency trainings that I can, which is Tuesday evening and Saturday mornings. My field training, I leverage people that are really good at specific things. And so it's okay to do that. We were talking about cross-training from other lines. Be sure to communicate a huge communication with your executive director or whoever your agency owner is to make sure there isn't any stepping on toes. We don't want to make angry sidelines, so to speak. We want to make sure that people are getting credit as they should be. If I have a teammate that's stepping to the side for training, I want to make sure that they are training the person, but they're getting the productivity, but I'm getting the numbers for my promotion as well as for his. So making sure that that's done and making sure that's communicated with your agency owner to make sure you have permission to do so, because sometimes there's certain agency owners that are saying, nope, they can get it from me. And that's okay. So I'm a time blocker. If role playing is your thing, role play. It's not my thing. I feel very uncomfortable, but I will do it if I have to. Not that I want to, but I will if I have to, because it's getting out of our comfort zone, you know, being pushed into into something that we're not used to. Studying products, follow-ups, making sure you're following up. You know, our agency owner, he's always saying this, and I told him, under my breath, I hate you, because he says persistency and consistency. Persistency, I'm like, I hate you. Stop saying that to me. But it's true. You have to be persistent, because this is the reason, you know, why did you come in here? You have to chase your dream. You have to chase your goals. You have to work hard for it. It doesn't come to you because it's just something you want and you manifest. You have to work hard for it. And then your personal development. That coachability is one thing, but another thing is if there's a book or a seminar or something that your field trainer or your agency owner is suggesting to help you develop better skills, do it. It makes a difference. I always thought, oh, poo-poo. Nope. I learned that it actually does work. And so I love my books in the morning, my Bible studies in the morning. I love all of that. And it's making me a better person so that I can help other people build better capacity, which is something I really, really love doing. And why I want to get out of social services.
But I did have a question. I'm not trying to interrupt nobody or anything, but I get exactly what you're saying. But the part where you were saying about like the upline thing and
Mm-hmm.
how like we trying to go outside to get training and stuff like that because it's up to the upline or something like that where they can say nope, I'll train them, but it's like okay, if that person's not trying to train, it's like why do they care? That's just I don't know. That's just that to me is just like it's trying to keep somebody back. But I mean
Yeah,
that's
it
just my
sounds like you're
opinion.
in one of those unique situations, Ursula, where you're with a team that is, and we've seen it. And I'm not saying that. I'm not putting any throwing anybody under the bus. But
Mm,
there are agencies out there that like to recruit a ton of people, put them in a class, throw them in against the wall, and hope it sticks. And then if you get a policy, great. If you don't get a policy, you just fall through the cracks. And if that's what's happening to you, Arcilla, then let's have a private conversation, right? And let's talk, and I'll see if I can get some of my leaders to talk to your leaders, and we'll go from there. Because you need a
yeah.
rest, you know.
Yeah, because I've even asked like one of the upliners about Facebook ads because I'm creating my own Facebook posters and stuff like that, but I got rejected twice. And I know it's gonna cost a lot of money to get somebody else to do it. So I'm like, okay, I'll just do it myself to generate my own leads. I asked my upline line about like, can he kind of assist me, not, walk me through everything, but just hey, assist me. Oh well, you just ignored me. I'm like, what the, you could kind of give me some type of help here. It's I shouldn't have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars just for you to give me some pointers, on how to not get my ads rejected from Facebook. So that's kind of like where I'm dealing with right now. So yeah, that type of things I'm dealing
Well,
with.
and bottom line is this too. I love this phrase, and it's a direct phrase. Okay, so it's a direct phrase, but I love this phrase. Winners, losers make excuses. Winners find a way. Winners find a way. Losers make excuses. Well, Arcilla, find a way.
Let me add on to this, guys, because there's a couple of things that are being said that kind of adds on to what I was saying earlier, Jason. Um, so
Here you kids.
firstly, I know they want to leave. We're gonna leave when I'm done saying this. So is it totally on the agent if they're not succeeding? No, not always. Um, does the upline have some sort of responsibility to make sure that their agents are doing well? I think so. I think so, especially because most of the time uplines bring people on and they sell themselves and they sell joining their team based on all the things that they're going to do for you. That's why people join certain people, right? They say they're going to do this for you or that for you. And unfortunately, in this industry, there's a ton of quote unquote uplines that fail to meet the mark of everything that they said they were going to do, which is why you end up having people shop around for new agencies. Now, here's the thing. It's a two-way street, right? So the agents need to be doing their part, which is plug in, show up, be coachable, all the things Virginia was saying. But if the agent is not doing that and the upline is still withholding what they said they would do, then we can say it's the agent's fault. But if the agent is coming in and they're eager, they want to make money, they want to do this, they want to plug in, they want to sell, like they're here, they're ready to learn, and the upline is nowhere to be found and not being helpful and not answering their phone, then don't be surprised. Or if your upline, maybe they're there, but they're not actually really providing any tools or resources for you to actually be successful, then don't be surprised if your team starts to leave you. Earlier, we were talking about the conversation of coaching agents, right? So it's kind of frowned upon in the industry for uplines or managers or agency owners like myself or whoever to poach agents off of other teams. Now, I agree. I think poaching is kind of shitty. However, if you're a good leader and a good manager, you should not be worried at all about somebody else poaching your people. Your
Agreed.
people, right?
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, if, for example, let's say Jason and I, let's say we hated each other. We were like, you know what? Screw you, Jason. And Jason was out there poaching my people. To be honest with you, even though Jason's got like a good setup at Experior, none of my agents are going to want to leave me. So whether Jason is poaching them or Michael is poaching them, or if somebody is poaching them, I am not worried about it, literally at all. Because I know at the end of the day that I'm providing an environment where agents are getting what they were told they were going to get and then some. And I'm not worried about them leaving. And you know what? If they do leave, then that's a time for me to reflect. What could I have done different? And I did that a lot in the beginning because we had a lot more agents leave us in the beginning than we do now. Like percentage wise, like the amount of people coming in. And then in the beginning, we would have people leave us to go to different agencies. And, you know, I always self-reflected. And you know what? It made me a better leader. And as an agent, so a lot of you in here, it sounds like are agents and not necessarily leading a team. Maybe you are, I don't know. But if you are an agent and you're not leading a team, it's okay to kind of question, am I on the right team? It's okay to, like Michael likes to say, be curious. If you're not seeing the results you want to see and you truly are, like you do have to look in the mirror. Are you truly putting in the effort you need to be putting in? Are you truly doing everything that you know you need to be doing and you still don't have results? And you know there's areas that maybe other teams have that you just, you know, it's okay to be curious and it's okay to look around as an agent. It is not your fault 100% of the time if you don't succeed. Because and it's all about finding the right match too. The right match with the right team. Like, what do you want out of your team? Do you want an upline that's just going to leave you alone and tell you to go do in-home appointments and get referrals? You know, if that's what you want, then find a team that's going to provide that. You know, you got to find the right match for you. And sometimes agents do leave their agency and go to another agency because they found a team that actually provides what they want to see out of their career.
So I agree with you, Elisa. And that's what I was telling her, is to talk to people, to figure out who she needs to be talking to. If she's not getting to her agency owner, to ask those questions and to explain what it is that she's wanting from, because she came into the industry for a reason. She had a purpose for coming here. So and then Jason also offered a private conversation to kind of see about his leaders talking to her leaders to see if there was a way. But the compatibility, I was talking about my practice company coming over here. I didn't know who was in my team. And so there wasn't anybody else that I could go to. So fortunately, Experior came at a time when I needed more mentorship and more training. And so coming in here, I got it. And compatibility is absolutely there. And if you don't have it, what are the options that people have without going to their agency owners if their agency owner isn't going to work with them? So it's, so I was suggesting for us, I know if I couldn't get any movement from my agency owner, that I would go to his direct. And so it would be just knowing who to talk to. And if you don't know who to talk to, ask. Just keep asking until you get to the person that is going to be able to help you.
And look, actually, guys, listen, Virginia and I have done this back and forth a couple of times already. She has experience of that, where there were ways that I couldn't help her. I wasn't in a position, whether emotionally or educationally sound. She went to Rich, and Rich got her help. and Rich got her some things. So guys, don't have to feel like that. If you're an upline, you got to know every single dadgum thing you need to know to help your agents. Something that I always feared was being a horrible leader. But if I learned my space and my place is to delegate. I'm a facilitator and a delegator. I love getting into this delegation space. And you know who I have to thank for that? Virginia said, Jason, you're spinning your wheels. You need to learn to delegate. Hey, let me do this, Jason. Oh, okay, you can do that. And then I try to take over. She's like, and then I make her mad. This is the culture. We're all real people. But you got to find a way. Just find a way. Find a way. Don't quit finding a way to succeed for you. Am I right, Virginia? Kind of threw you on the bus.
Yep, that's what I'm saying is you came in to this for a reason. If there's something in your way, you go around it, move it out of your way. Just make sure you're communicating with the right people.
Yeah, I agree. I'm more because I'm more of a person that's hands on anyway. I don't know. I know everybody's different on how they train people and everything like that. I get it. But with me, I just want to learn certain basics of things and then I can just take it on from there. That's just me. Rather than sitting up here I have to ask multiple times for it. That's to me, that's just crazy. I don't know. I just come from a field
And
that I learned differently.
and that's the basics. That's the building blocks. Is how do you learn it? So finding that right person that's going to help you learn those building blocks. That's where the conversation goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you wanted to add in this training, Virginia? You're doing a great job, by the way.
Thank you. Only shipping fees.
I saw that. That was hilarious. Shipping fees. Hey, Prit, you want to come up? You want to come up and add anything here? Talking about new agents, new people.
And that's the thing. I don't need to know everything about everything. That's just not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, learning the basics and then I can go ahead and go from there. That's the only thing that's all I've said. But I mean,
all right. Sorry, I got distracted. I don't know why TikTok blocks some of the weirdest posts on there that don't need to be blocked, So weird. But yeah. Anyway, does anybody else want to add anything? Does anybody else have any questions? Do you have any questions? Testimony.
Then I can go ahead and recap and do a call to action. And so the key points is speed builds confidence and results. Early habits create lasting success. Stay plugged in and take immediate action. The call to action is set a personal 72-hour goal. Book 3 appointments, complete onboarding, attend a field training, whatever that is. As I mentioned before, make a list of what your goals are, what you want to get done in that first week, that first month, the first quarter, the first year. And then share your goals with your team lead or your mentor. I think I can't remember who said it, but the 72-hour rule is name an action, take it in the first 72 hours, or you won't be taking that action.
Boom, boom, bada boom. That's awesome. Guys, I hope you wrote some of that stuff down. That's good stuff. Caleb had one or two things he wanted to add to that. So I'm going to go ahead and give Caleb.
Perfect.
I would like to remind people it's okay not to know everything.
We had a call this morning with a agent transferring, and his first thing is, I want to know everything about XYZ products. I want you to teach me 10 of them, and da 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 da. And it's like, listen, man, it's your first week. We can teach you how to, ask the questions to find the situation, but you don't need to know 10 different products from 10 different carriers. You just need to know how to discover it, and through those scenarios, we will then teach you the products as it becomes the right fit. And I think some people focus too much on, hey, I got to know everything before I'm willing to do anything. And being in this industry 12 years, you find that the industry is always changing, products are changing, interest rates are changing. Certain products are getting approved depending on what state you're in. And so if you're always trying to know everything, you'll find that you're, more of a professor sitting in a library all day instead of going out and being successful.
Very good.
Love that. Yeah. It's, like you said, it's those building blocks, learning the first step to the next step. And as you continue to grow, it'll get better. So, well, I appreciate y'all letting me share some of my wisdom. I gained some wisdom from you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for Virginia for doing this. Guys, we're going to do another one of these next week. Virginia's got a wealth of information that she's been wanting to get out, and so she's going to be using my live. I'll be hosting it. She'll be hopping on and doing this on a regular basis. What's up, Lori? Look at that. Hey, we're getting some Canadians in here, guys. Yep. We got Max too. Max, you got anything to add, man?
Not really. I just
Guys, thanks for having me up. Talk to you later.
I'll see you,
Have
Lisa.
a great day.
Bye,
Thank
Lisa.
you. Go ahead, Max.
Hey, so yeah, I just got back home from a client I spent the morning with, and just going the extra mile for them because they are a little bit more mature. Just needed, some assistance with some day-to-day stuff that I didn't mind to help them with. But they are repeat customers. Anytime they need something from me, I'm the first one they call. So.
And how did you end up building that rapport with these clients?
So this was a referral from another client.
Really?
Yeah. So this is the mother of that client. I was referred to her, and I've been working with her for close to a year now. So.
And wouldn't you agree you had to follow up with them at least twice a year, maybe every other month?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, twice a year at minimum, because even if it's not twice a year, you're gonna say happy holidays to them, or if they celebrate different types of holidays and the traditional, Canadian or American. Like, for example, a lot of my clients are from Cambodia, so they have a different New Year's than us. Theirs is in April, so there's always a time where I keep in touch with them for their specific holidays and birthdays and whatnot as well.
Gotcha.
And I also get invited to dinner quite often, so I see them a lot.
That's the kind of clients you guys want to have. That right there.
Yeah, they actually took me out to lunch today, so that was pretty nice.
Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. You help people with their financial future, they'll start buying dinner for you. All right. Very good. Very good. What's up, Lori?
Hi there. Is this working?
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, can you? Okay. I'm not used to TikTok. This is new to me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, guys, give Virginia a hand on doing the training today. Very, very powerful training. Very appreciative. Virginia, you did influence a lot of people. At least I saw some of it in the chat. So you did a good
Good.
job. You did a good job. So
Well, thank you. I love doing this stuff.
yes,
I wish I would have got on sooner. It was hard
it's
to
all,
find. I wasn't sure how to do it.
it's all good, Lori. We're here now.
Well, I'm about to get off of here, but I just wanted to come up and say hi to everybody in the chat. So
Well, guys, follow everybody in the panel, and if you have any questions or anything you need, always reach out to me, Virginia, Tammy, um, and, uh, and Max. There, we'd love to help you out.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thanks again, Jason. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end this live. I got an appointment coming up. Good job, Virginia. We did an hour and 5 minutes.
Great. All right. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too. We'll
You
see you.
too.
bye.
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 Have a good night, y'all.
Good
Y'all.
night, y'all. Hey, Tammy's Canadian, so you know Tammy and Lori.
Hey.
Hey, we say y'all up here too. I did work out in Alberta for about 9 years. Alberta's pretty much.
Whereabouts are
pretty
you,
much
Max?
America. I'm down in London, Ontario, about 2 hours east of Detroit.
Yeah, I know where that is. I'm in Muskoka. My son actually lives in London.
Okay, does he go to Western?
No, he's done school now. He's actually a manager slash bartender at Poacher's Arms.
Poacher's Arms. Okay, I know where that is. That's right on Richmond Street.
It's in the party district, I guess.
Yeah. The main strip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you're gonna go see like Mario Franchella out there. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys. Well, I'll let you go. Thank you very much for joining us. It was a good live. We'll see
Yeah,
you
it was
next week.
great. I'm trying to get used to all the controls and how everything works, and I got to figure out how to get my video going.
Yeah, well, you know, I think what you need to do is you'll need to go live on your profile for a few for like 30 minutes, and then you can start opening up the video on everyone else's panel, or you'd be on my live panel for a little while. I don't remember, but that's kind of how the algorithm works. So
Yeah, I'll look it up. I can probably Google it and find out exactly what you have to do to get there. But I couldn't get it. I couldn't even get sound on my computer. I had to switch over to my phone to be able to use the sound.
gotcha.
Yeah, that's all that was available for me was just audio. It said no video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, Lori, if you're going to come over sometime this evening for us to do some, Lori and I are getting together regularly to do training, and we're learning the boot camp, and we're doing. I'm setting her up on the non-licensed products, you know, like the debt, and I'm gonna set her up on the. I'm gonna recruit her into the Legal Shield as well, and you know,
Very
a bunch
good.
of different things. So we're
Man, I
gonna
didn't
we're
know I
gonna
was
learn
gonna have
social
a
media.
legal- Didn't
What's
know
that?
I didn't realize how I was going to have a legal shield team too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good job, guys. Really look forward to it. And by the way, Lori, I got my Canadian back office, so I got to fill out a beam form. We got to fill out a beam form, Tammy, because home office doesn't want to remove Ron and put me above you. They're just going to do it all in one fell swoop.
Oh. So they just
I
have
don't
to boom me, right? And then my whole team will come with me?
Yeah, pretty much.
So, okay, that's weird. Well, Rich and Monica and you need to fill it out. Do I need to fill anything out?
Yeah, you'll need to have the signed approval letter that you're coming under Jason Murray, which means, yeah, which is crazy
Oh.
because your numbers won't count for a certain individual right after that.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Sounds
Have-
good. Thanks
good
for the
night.
training.
Thank
Bye.
you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.